Hello and welcome back. So, as you know, Sophie and Rob are on the current last resort season, and things are not going so well for them. They're having constant fights, blaming each other for this and this, but this time, Sophie made claims on her social media saying Rob cheated on her and it was with a man. And there were debates about this online. And as someone who went to check on what they were actually talking about, they say there are photos of Rob. We know Rob was doing OnlyFans and some kind of content that is, in a certain way. So I went to check the photos online and I can say I believe Sophie on this one because the photos that I saw match exactly Rob's hands. They don't show his face, but they show his hands, and I can say the little tattoo or mark that he has on his hands match the same photos I saw online that Sophie claims that Rob is not straight. He's gay or he's bio, but he's not straight. But I can say I believe her on this one. Okay, let's zoom his hand. If you look at on the right hand, you can see a mark or a tattoo. I don't know if it's a tattoo or a mark, but if you go online, the same gay content that Sophie was talking about, it matches the same hand that you see on this photo. Is this a coincidence? I don't think this can be a coincidence because I actually went to look at the gay content that Sophie was talking about, saying Rob is not straight, and I saw the same hand, same tattoo, exactly the same tattoo. So I believe Sophie when she says Rob was doing gay content, but privately. And he tried to remove the photos online, but he didn't remove the ones that are not showing his face. Maybe he just said, they won't see. But if you look carefully, that is Rob. I believe it was Rob. And Sophie made a post on his social media saying stuff. So let's take a look. And her post says, I've been quiet for years protecting him, and it has made me look like the crazy person and the one who didn't care. I mean, if you all know, they are not together. After the last resort, they are not together. They are getting a divorce, and we all can see why. She went on to post another one when Rob was throwing her things out. It was so bad.
So you're gonna throw my stuff in the bin?
That's the only thing I can think of because that's the way you sound.
You're gonna
You're
throw
not giving me
my
any,
belongings,
You're not giving me any
my
answers.
expensive wigs, my things in the bin, in the trash.
You're not giving me any answers. You're not saying, I swear to God, I'm not going to move I'm not going to do that.
So if I leave some makeup out, why are you throwing the table? Okay.
I can take it or I can fucking break it. Keep playing with me. Keep playing with me. It's not yours, Sophie. You haven't paid a fucking dime towards that.
Sophie continued to say she's done protecting this man, and this is when she revealed that she found gay content on Rob's phone. There's nothing wrong about being gay, but why'd you not be honest with people? Why'd you not be honest that you're not straight? Remember how mad he was when Sophie was telling him that she's bio? He was so mad, but look at him. He's doing something else by not being honest. He was supposed to be honest that he's not actually straight, of which there's nothing wrong with it, but just be honest. And this is how Sophie looks like after she was pushed onto a table by Rob. It's horrible. And then she goes on to say she had panic attacks and clearly she still needs more therapy. So the same as Rob. In all of this, Rob didn't stay quiet. He went on to make a status on his Instagram saying, "Don't believe everything you hear." But I mean, come on, dude. There is proof out there against you. So what are you talking about? And let's look at one of the clips when Sophie was accusing Rob of flirting with other women while on the resort. Like this happened so recently. They were on the resort and she found out through Kay that Rob was on a dating website, of which is crazy. Why'd you come to the last resort and still go to flirt with other ladies? It doesn't make sense.
No, your mom's a crackhead. That's why she don't like me.
I can't believe you called Sophie's mom a crackhead.
You know, you had a real one.
Bull.
Yeah, that was actually not nice. He tried to get to Sophie by insulting her mom, and I don't know what Sophie's mom has to do with this because the issues you have right now, the things you were discussing, they're between Sophie and you. So why do you try to bring other people into this? And this just shows how guilty he is. His reaction was just showing that he's guilty. I mean, why don't you just try to talk like an adult? Sophie was calm, at least that's what I saw. She was calm, but Rob was throwing tantrums. She was insulting her. She was calling her this and this through her mom, and that was just not cool. And this click right here, it was when Sophie was going to confront him for being on a dating website. That Kay told her that your husband is on a dating website, and obviously he was not going to say yes I did. And Rob was going about his day. He was making breakfast for everyone. He's actually looking like someone who's taking this resort as a vacation. And so Sophie came through trying to expose him to everyone, to show everyone what she's been going through. And as expected, Rob is not going to just accept that and say, yes, I did. Yes, I was on the dating website. Yes, I did this and this. He's not going to back down. Everyone was listening when she was trying to tell people what's going on. And to make it worse, Sophie had proof that this guy was on the dating website.
I'm gonna need another.
No, it matters because I'm gonna call her out at least on one lie because she just said that she never said that. Look, you look worried because you know you said that to me.
Rob, no, you
No, why did you close my phone? Bro, it matters to me. So don't touch my phone. I'm gonna find this because Sophie ain't gonna walk away from here looking like Miss Innocent playing me.
So this is the screenshot that he was talking about, but Sophie says otherwise. She says he's the one who wrote it down.
We was having a bad argument, and he was saying, well, if we don't work out, you're going to do this to me, you're going to do that to me. And I'm like, well, how can I prove? I'm never going to take anything from you. I don't have any intention. And he was like, well, let me write this in your phone. And I said, take the phone, write what you want. And that's what he wrote. And then he's used it against me.
This sounds so...
Okay, seeing that this is not going to get resolved anytime soon, the therapist then gets in and say, okay, everyone backs down. This is going to be between two people, Rob and Sophie. So everyone just please step aside. And they did that because they could see people were trying to take sides. Others were saying, oh, Rob is right. Others were saying, oh, Sophie's right. But none was just bringing peace. And they agreed to do their private session together. And at some point, I'm actually feeling sorry for the therapist because earlier on, she was working with Brandon and Julia. And now, again, she had to run back to find Sophie and Rob having another argument. Like, it just looked like a very busy day and horrible because these two are adults. There are a lot of people expecting answers from you, solutions from you, and have to brainstorm and think of a solution right away. And other couples respected the decision to keep it between them and they gave them some space, but Rob was still going on and on, blaming Sophie. But on Sophie's side, I could see she was calm. She was not about to explode, but Rob was trying to act out of character, or maybe that's how he is, I don't know. But he was just harsh and didn't approach this in the right way. The therapist was there listening to each one of them say your piece, but Rob was trying to curse and he was just out of line. And his behavior in front of cameras makes me question if the claims of domestic violence that Rob is accused of, if they're actually true. Because if you can act like this in front of cameras, what about off cameras? Like, come on. And I'm not sure, but I can think that it was at this moment that she could see that there's no future for both of them. The way he was trying to resolve this with aggression, with anger, without considering how she's feeling in all of this. He didn't even apologize, but there is proof that he was on the dating website, but he's still trying to find a way to justify what he did by saying, oh, she allowed me, of which it later turned out to not be true because she gave proof that it wasn't true. And actually, she said he's the one who wrote it down. And Come on, like if you are to look at the way he's approaching in all of this, he is guilty. That can just be according to me, but his behavior is giving guilty. Now, in the same moment, on the other side, Natalie accuses John of body shaming her, and she was so furious about this.
I'm not taking the.
Why she start yelling?
I'm not returning to the group. It's gaslighting and body shaming.
What do you feel like Josh is saying?
He gaslights me constantly. But he cannot gaslight my body and body shame. Guys, I want you here. What are you saying?
I didn't say anything. I said I don't like to be touched.
No, it's not true.
I said it to everybody.
You make me feel body shamed.
I'm not body shaming you. You're beautiful and you have a beautiful body.
You're body shaming me.
Come with me. I'm sorry if you misunderstood
You
that.
just stop lying. Yeah, I want you to apologize. Apologize.
I'm sorry.
Apologize right now.
I said I'm sorry for you being
Don't open your mouth about my body.
Okay.
And do not say something that is not even close
Okay,
to be
and
true.
I didn't say that.
You say things which is not true.
The way I see this in Josh's defense, I think he was not trying to body shame her and she took it the other way. This is a language barrier. It looks like it's a language barrier. She didn't understand the term he chose to use at the time. They were sleeping and he said, I don't like to be touched. I just want to go back to sleep. And she took it this way. But even after the confrontations, he's trying to apologize. He's trying to be the bigger person. And I think that shows his intentions were not harmful. But because Natalie took it that way, then he just had to apologize and try to make it better, to make her feel better about herself from there. But she didn't take it still and she was trying to expose him in front of everybody. And Josh was trying to defend himself, but I think he didn't mean it in a bad way.
I don't. I like to be still. I like to sleep. I like to sleep untouched. Has nothing to do with you or your body. You're beautiful.
One second,
You
one
are
second. Let
beautiful.
hear him. Let hear
You
him.
are beautiful, and I apologize if you took that the wrong way.
One
If
second.
any type of body shaming is not what I meant. That is my thing. My thing only, that I don't like to be touched, has nothing to do with you.
Okay. You
And
hear it?
That's all that it is.
Say again, apologize. I want to hear
Apologize.
I apologize
it. You hear it? Good?
for the way that came across.
I must say, even after he has apologized so many times, trying to make her feel better, she is still so mad. She's still so angry. She's not letting him go that easy because in her mind, she's convinced that he is wrong. And this time, she went on to try to hug him because they were forcing it. And what does she do? She tries to kick him, and she was just being harsh about this whole thing. It wasn't big. Come on. And I think we should always keep it in mind that these people are on a retreat. So I think she was angry for other things as well. It was more than just what he said because she was just being too harsh on a situation that it wasn't that big, according to me at least. Moving on to Ari, she was not feeling well and people were not paying attention to what she was saying at the time. I think this was too much for Ari, and at that moment she just thought, I don't want to do this, I just want to have a break, and she left the group.
My experience with like Ari just is better just leave it just an hour alone, and then when if you feel better when you just calm down, and then we can talk to her. That's what I have to do. That's like something.
And while Ari was away, Beanie was having fun showing people the dance moves that he can do. It was just a normal day for him. And obviously, Ari did not like the way they were nice to Beanie, even when he was horrible to her, and she made sure to say it to their face. In a way, I understand her, but in a way, I also feel like she's expecting too much from strangers.
You guys all, especially Julia, constantly. He's
He's not dog for his like reward-based behavior or
No,
not
you
reward.
need constant male attention, and I'm sure you see that she does need that constant, but nobody wants to call Benny out.
I'm not there. I'm not there. I saw with Brandon right there.
Yeah.
I'm not even there when
I
this
don't need
happened.
to, I don't need to be yelled at by you.
enough.
I just have a nice relationship with Benny because he a dancer. After this couple therapy, we probably never contact to each other.
I must take you back and show you that earlier on Sophie was crying. She was in the bathroom and everyone tried to show her the support. At least the women, they tried to show her support by coming to the bathroom to check if she's okay. And she was responding fine in the end, even though it wasn't settled. But she did get some response from people showing support. And with Ari, people didn't seem to pay much attention. And that really hurt her.
To be honest with you, just like recently I came to this realization that maybe during the retreat I was very hard to Ari. I feel like I wish I could go back in time and just sit with her for a minute and let her know, like, hey, I care, I understand your pain, you're not alone.
In the end, they understood and let her go and take some rest because they understood that she cannot continue with this exercise if she's feeling overwhelmed. So they let her go to rest and everyone continued with what they were doing. But I hope everyone stays okay in this retreat because everyone is just going through a lot. But anyway, let me know what you think of this season and this episode, and please subscribe. See you on the next video.